What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another video. In this one, we are going to chat about a little bit of a preview for the Liverpool game, but more so about the lineup and which players I think should play or what decisions Nuno has got, because there are a couple. I mean, most of our team is pretty set right now. I'd say that probably 9 out of the 11 is pretty set. I mean, in goal, it's Hermansson right now. The change from Hermansson from Areola to Hermansson, was a really interesting one. I didn't expect it to happen. I thought that we'd just see out the season with Areola playing in goal, to be honest, because he was playing really well. Hermansson was playing pretty terribly at the start of the season. So I am quite surprised that Nuno threw him in for that game. Was it the Sunderland or the Burnley game? Can't remember which one. But I'm very surprised he did it, but I am glad he did it. Because last season, we saw a good goalkeeper in Hermansson. At Leicester, he was brilliant. I specifically remember one game against Arsenal where he played unbelievably. He was fantastic. So I'm really glad he got a second chance. And we do need a keeper for next season and going forward in general. So I'm really glad he got another chance, and he should just see the season out now, unless he drops some absolute stinkers and then Areola will come back in. But we're pretty sure that he's going to just be playing now. Right back, Wan-Bissaka, that place is just his. I mean, Kyle Walker-Peters is a very, very good backup to have. I'm glad that we've got him in, because when he comes on as a sub, sometimes as a right wing back, sometimes almost as a right winger sometimes, wherever he gets put, he is actually very good. It's usually when we're parking the bus at the end of a game, and he does a job there, to be honest. But Wan-Bissaka is just so underrated. He is such a good fullback. West Ham fans realise how good he is. Everybody outside of West Ham fans still think he's this player that was at Man United, but he's not. And people also think that he's just a one-on-one defender. Defensively, really, really solid one-on-one, which he still is that. One-on-one, he's fantastic defensively. But going forward, I've always said, or not always said, but in the last couple of seasons, I've said that it's so effective. It looks ugly. Every time he gets the ball going forward and he dribbles with it or he puts a cross in, it looks ugly, but it works. It's effective. He is good in those situations, which is quite surprising for most people. But if you actually watch West Ham regularly, then you'll know that for some reason it works. He's good going forward. He is good defensively. He's just a very, very good fullback. Now, left back, Juve is obviously just going to play most games. Ollie Scholes has been really good, apart from that one blip, of course. We won't talk about that. But apart from that one blip, Ollie Scholes was really good, I thought. And again, he's a really, really good backup to have. I would say he's probably more of a wing back. And in this four at the back system, doesn't help him too much. But he's still been really good there. In Juve's absence, when he was at the African Cup of Nations, I did think that Scholes did really well. But Juve is just better. Defensively, Juve is not unbelievable, don't get me wrong, but his left foot is a wand. An absolute joke is his left foot. It's just such a dangerous asset to have, especially when you've got someone like Castellanos or Bowen or even Souček getting in the box. So we know that Juve's going to be playing. Now the centre-backs, this is where it gets difficult, because obviously Disasi has come in and been unbelievable. I think we've all been really, really surprised at just how good he's been, how much he's helped our defence. Obviously, Paco Hermes coming in has also really helped that. But I think I can say on behalf of every West Ham fan that it's been incredibly surprising how good he's been, especially if you watched him at Chelsea, because he was awful, like so bad. At points he looked like he'd just never played at centre-back before. It was really bad. Somehow he's just come to West Ham and he's actually really good. We take it. But next to him, there hasn't really been a decision to be made apart from in the last game, because against Chelsea, it was obviously Todibo and Mavropanos, which is what we've been playing previously. Todibo got sent off, got a ban, of course, for the red card, meaning that it had to be Mavropanos and Disasi. And together, they've been a really, really good pair. You can't really knock them. I mean, it's been 1 goal conceded in 3 games. One of those was against Burnley, of course. Maybe you're expecting it, but it's still impressive. Given that it was the first game they played together, that is impressive. The next 2 games against Man United and against Bournemouth, 2 of the best attacking teams in the Premier League, I'd say. Man United were the form attacking team when we played them. Everybody was saying this team is unbelievable. We didn't let them have a sniff, really. Apart from at the end, we need to sort this whole parking the bus thing. It doesn't really work out for us too much. But we barely let them have chances, not bulk chances at least. So I think it's been impressive how good we've been defensively. But like I say, apart from the last game against Bournemouth, there hasn't been a decision to be made by Nuno as to whether he should play Mavropanos or Todibo. Because Todibo is objectively a better defender. I think most of us think that. I think most of us will agree with that. Certainly on the ball, he is much better. On the ball, he's really good. He uses his body so well. He's got such long legs. I mean, that's not something necessarily to praise him for, but he uses his body really well. And I think he's a more intelligent defender. Mavropanos wins everything in the air. He is a beast in the air. But everything else can be a bit dodgy. He's got a howler in him, a massive mistake. We haven't seen one recently, granted, but he has got an absolute howler in him. And maybe you just keep riding the hot hand. I think that's what you have to do, to be honest. I think he has to keep playing Mavropanos whilst it's working, whilst he's playing well. And I certainly don't think that you throw a new partnership together in Todibo and Disasi against Liverpool. That's a bit of a baptism of fire, which I don't think is the right play. But I do think that Todibo at some point has to come in because he is just better than Mavropanos. But then the midfielders, I mean, Mateus Fernandes, what a player he's been this season. He definitely starts as one of the centre midfielders. I'm not even sure what his best role is because he could actually play as a 10, he could play as a 6, and he could play as an 8. He is so well-rounded. He is so good at picking the ball up off the centre-back. He is also really good in the final third. We've seen him put balls through to the forwards, to Summerville, to Bowen. But he can also just get up and back and win the ball as well. He does it all. He's fantastic. Next to him, I think, is a bit of a difficult one. Obviously, Souček plays at this point. I don't think we need to discuss that one. Souček's really good. It just kind of depends where he plays. And maybe this is based on the opponent, because we've seen him play as a number 10 when in the last game Magassa played next to Fernandes and Souček played as a 10. But we've also seen it where Wilson plays, or Pablo, when he was fit, plays as a 10 or a second striker as such. And then Souček plays deeper. So maybe it is an opponent thing. Against Liverpool, you'd expect it to be Magassa, Souček, Fernandes. Also because Freddie Potts is suspended and Pablo's out. That decision is almost made for us. But against Liverpool, you would expect it to be the more defensive unit as such. Against a lesser team, maybe you do go Wilson. We did that, obviously, I think it was against Burnley we did that, and it worked. So it is interesting, that midfield makeup. Obviously, the front three pick themselves. Castellanos is up front, Bowen, Summerville, we don't need to talk about that. But this midfield is interesting, especially when Freddie Potts comes back, because he was really good when he started in that game with Souček and Fernandes. I thought that he was really impressive. I also thought Magassa was pretty good in the last game against Bournemouth. So I think it must just be opponent dependent. But the centre-back is the real decision that Nuno has to make this week. And if I were him, and what I think he'll do, is just keep riding Mavropanos until he messes up, which he will, because we know he will mess up. But that's what I think he does. But it is a decision to make. I'm feeling quite good about West Ham at the moment. Obviously, our next few fixtures are difficult, but I did a video on it the other day where we've got basically a massive fixture gap where there's 3 really nice fixtures that we're going to need to win. I think it was Palace, Wolves, Everton, or something like that, which we're going to need to win because our next 4 are tough. We end the season with some really tough fixtures as well, so we might need to pick up points in that period. But let me know what you think about the lineup, about the Todibo and Mavropanos thing. But there'll be more West Ham videos coming, there'll be more match reactions and such coming. I won't be able to do a match reaction this Saturday, annoyingly, but I'll be back with loads more match reactions. I'll certainly do Arsenal-Chelsea on Sunday. So if you like the videos, make sure you hit like, make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.